The Country Mouse and the City Mouse. Once upon a time, a country mouse received a visit from his cousin who lived in the city. In a farmer's barn, the country mouse lived very simply and unpretentiously, without fancy food and clothes and furniture, and felt a little bit embarrassed and worried that his fashionable cousin might think he was too simple and poor. For his own supper, the country mouse contented himself with a few acorns, but in preparing his guest meal was very generous, and with a chip of wood as a tray, brought out all the finest delicacies for his visitor, his most special dried peas and beans, and a piece of almost fresh bacon, and a plump, barely nibbled raisin. But the city visitor, lounging on a pile of straw and brushing dust from his coat, coolly turned up his nose at all that was set before him. "Cousin," he said, "how can you endure to live in such poverty? Life's too short. You must leave this unpleasant place, join me in the city, and learn to enjoy the wonderful pleasures it offers." Convinced, the country mouse followed his cousin into town that night, and they scurried into a rich family's house, where they found the remains of a great party, with wine in crystal glasses and whole pieces, not just crumbs, of cheese and sausage and cookies and cake on little silver plates. Curled on a soft cushion, sleepy and contented, his tummy too full for even one more delicious bite, the country mouse felt like a fool for not having come to town sooner. "Thank you, cousin," he said, "for showing me how easy and enjoyable life can be." Suddenly, a loud slamming door startled them both from their cushions. In a terrible racket, the glasses and dishes banged, plates tumbled to the floor, food, wine, and napkins exploded everywhere, and a huge yellow monster with long whiskers in front and a longer tail at the other end slid across the table. Terrified, the two mice raced for their lives, just barely escaping through an open window. "What was that?" gasped the country mouse, trembling with fear. "Only a cat," said the city mouse. "Some houses have two or three." The country mouse blinked and shook his head. "Thank you for your hospitality," he said, "but the price of such a dinner can be much too high. I'm better in the country, where I don't have such surprises, and where my simple food is more than enough for my needs." And he never came back again, but always lived happy and contented in the country.